said yes, because I really want to help you guys to understand what it is to be a parent, and just to hear, I speak for those who are in the system, that there are those that really wanna try and really want to get their kids back, and sometimes they just don't know where to start. And so I thank you for having me here today to speak in front of you, to hear, our voice. Sorry. Okay, my name is Michelle, I'm 34 years old, I'm a mother of 5, a recovering addict, and a survivor of domestic violence. Although that might describe my past, it doesn't define who I am today. No, today I am a strong, independent woman who faces my problems head on, who puts aside her ego, asks for help when needed, a woman who makes healthier decisions not just for myself, but for the well-being of her family. Against all odds, I didn't just become another statistic due to the addiction and domestic violence, as many thought I would. I proved that with hard work and determination, people in my circumstances do change. I want to thank all of you in this room who supported me, that didn't judge me for my past mistakes, who believed in me when others wouldn't, and fought for me and my family till the very end. I will never forget what you have done for me and my children. You helped me to see that the system isn't broken, that together families can work alongside with this agency, striving for the same goal in mind, keeping families together. August 4th, 2016 was the day my life changed. When presented with the opportunity to leave behind the life as I knew it, I reached out and grabbed it without hesitation. Up until that point, I had been broken, but not defeated. It was through that tunnel of despair I found inner strength to fight not only for my children, but most importantly myself. I embarked on a journey of self-realization, pushing through my deepest fears and never allowing what others thought of me to take forefront of my thoughts. I was determined to reach my goal no matter how difficult the journey would be, because at the end of the day, there were 2 things that mattered most to me. 1, I wanted to know that I did everything to try to retain custody of my children, so that if I were to lose this battle, I would have no regrets. And 2, I wanted to live a life where I was sober and I didn't need to be with someone to make me happy, because she was right there, looking back at me, sorry. She was right there all along, staring right back at me. A month after I left my husband, I was at the lawyer's office, and I remember asking him for direction. He told me the more eyes on me, the better. From that day on, I knew what I needed to do. His words would forever replay in my mind. It would be those words that would push me through my most trying times, which brings me to my action plan. See, for me, I didn't want anyone dictating to me what I needed or didn't need to do. I wanted to make my action plan my own. I wanted to show that I was involved in multiple services, not because I was told to, but rather because I wanted to. I set out to find all the services that would apply to my case, most importantly, services that would help me rehabilitate my life. From domestic violence classes, recovery groups, drug therapy, mental health therapy, meeting with a recovery coach, multiple parenting classes, and on top of daily day-to-day tasks, all while caring for my son Jeremiah. I won't lie, some days I felt overwhelmed, as most would, but knowing I had the support from my peers and from professionals gave me something to look forward to each day. Towards the end, I would have others ask me for advice about their cases, which made me feel good to know that not only was I changing my own life, but I was helping others to see that they could change theirs as well. To be able to sit back and see the woman I was becoming made me think of the days when I was at the height of my addiction. I would sit on the couch wondering how people stayed sober, or even just how they carried on normal day-to-day lives. Now I know. Today, I know that the topic is on action plans. It's in my belief, when thinking about my case, and also from listening to other families who are involved or were involved with the department, a few suggestions came to mind. 1, when creating an action plan, it should be more than just the family and the social worker. A suggestion is that the meeting would be held and the family would be encouraged to invite their closest supports, whether it be a parent, a friend, a therapist, etc. I believe that not only should the family invite their closest supports, but that the supervisor and the others that work for the department be involved. 2, if the client was willing, possibly have a past client who could volunteer their time, be invited to attend. Someone who got their children back. I think that this could help for many reasons. The family could see that although they were, family could see that although what they're going through might feel overwhelming, it's not impossible. The past client could share what they had done for services and shed light on ones that really helped. I feel it might also help to hear how the department can be a support, helping to take some of the stigmatism away. 3, I feel it would be helpful if the department had a master list of services available in the area. This list would consist of what the service was, what agency offered the service, their telephone number and address. I feel that this would help the family choose which services would be most helpful in giving them direction. 4, I feel that the meeting could be run almost like a care plan meeting, like the ones that I have each month for my son Nicholas, where the family can describe what their vision is for their family and what that might look like. Also, what goals they feel they can set to help reach their family's vision. I feel that this type of approach can help families who want to change, but also the ones that are afraid or not sure where to start. This could help families to see that they were not alone, but that they had a team all striving for the same goal. I know all too well if family feels that they're being told what they have to do and feel they have to do it, have little to no say, the family loses sight of what the issues are and what they need to do to fix them. It's in my observation that you will have families who will attend services because they were told to make DCF happy, in turn never getting anything out of the service that was required to do because they felt the service was forced upon them. And although the service could be helpful, and the fact of the matter is that unless a person wants to change, being forced to do something will never bring upon true change. It has to come from within. I also wanted to point out that in my case, it helped to know that I had support from unlikely places. I can't begin to explain how much it meant to me to know that DCF, this office, had my back. Finally, my hard work had been acknowledged, which was a huge because before my case was transferred, I felt no matter what I did or how hard I worked, no one from the other office would give me a chance. I knew I was blessed when my case had been transferred because after a few initial meetings with Alyssa, I could see the difference between the offices. For the first time ever, I had a social worker who would go to bat for me, someone who would call me back, someone who would make good on her word. I knew deep down inside I could trust her, and vice versa. She never let me down. She would always be transparent with me. I was blessed to have her in my corner. I'll never forget the day Lois told me that out of all the cases she had ever had, I was the one she had the most faith in. I left that office in tears because I truly felt honored to hear a supervisor say such kind words. I feel honored to be standing right here in front of all of you, speaking about my experience and sharing my thoughts on what could potentially help bridge the gap between office and families. I have high hopes that this office can show families that they do care, and it matters to you to keep families together instead of splitting them apart. In parting, I hope that my words can resonate with you and that my story can help you to see that there is hope. I have faith that anyone can change when given the opportunity and the right support. Success doesn't just happen overnight. Some might even have to fail a few times before getting it right. It's in those times of failure I hope you think of me in my case, because you never know, they might just be your next success story.